guitars, and I want to try to help. I get a lot of phone calls from people, so I want to try to make this understandable. The truss rod does absolutely nothing to the neck angle. But what it will do, it will make the action go up and down, but you have to understand when the neck is under tension, because of the shape of the neck, when you look at the neck, from here to here, it's tapered about 1/10 of an inch. Now, granted, I don't have the fretboard on here, but the majority of the bending is going to be up here. So, what will happen? What that means is your neck is bowed like this. All right? So when you tighten the truss rod, that brings this actually to the point where it would take the neck in a back bow when you take the strings off. Now, I like to use weights, especially for you guys out there that are builders and repairmen. I like to put weights on the guitar, and I'll put them right here. And I'm not using a neck, I have a regular neck holder. I'm just showing you for the average guy, you can use a roll of paper towels. But what I want you to see, and I don't know if we can pick this up, but if you get real close here, Glenn, you can see that there is actually a gap right here. And when I take that off, now you can see where the neck straightens up. So remember that the way that the neck bends, and that's because of the string load, the truss rod is fighting that string load. I prefer a well set up guitar with about 4/1000 of neck relief, and you can measure the neck relief by fretting right here below the 12th and 13th fret and up here at the 1st, and you can come up here in the middle and you want to see that's just a little bit of a gap. Now, the other thing I want to make clear for you is how do you know what the neck angle is? Well, the neck angle, some people like to take the neck angle, and you see this notched ruler. You can make one of these. You can get this at Harbor Freight. They're just like $2. It's aluminum. You can actually do the notches on a bandsaw. And I can put this on here, and you can see I'm touching the I'm touching the fretboard, all right? And I'm touching the bridge. So I'm right on the bridge. Now that's okay. When you need to get worried about is when you have no string tension and you're going to be touching 1/8 of an inch below. That's usually when you have signs that the neck angle is bad. So now the next thing you want to pay attention to is your frets. Now frets should be level when the fretboard is level. When you have the fretboard bowed like this under tension and you have a fret buzz, you have a high fret. So you want to identify that high fret. Then you want to take the tension off the neck, get it straight, check the fret that it is not loose, and then level the fret. 9 times out of 10, as a guitar ages, the frets start to wear. So if you have a lot of fret wear and it's giving you some fretting issues, it's a good idea to get rid of those worn frets. I do what I call a cowboy refret. A lot of times it's the first 5-7 frets that get wore. So instead of leveling them, pull them out, level these to down here, and just replace the frets as you use them out. Just make everything last a lot longer, and it'll be a lot more advantageous economically. If you level the frets every time you wore here, after 3 fret levels, you're doing a fret job. So, I hope that helps you understand things. The action height here, I like to see between 7/16 and 1/2 of an inch right in front of the bridge, in the middle, right here between the D and the G string. I also like to see 150 to 180 thousandths of saddle. If you start going down, then we have to take a look, what's your next set going to? There's a lot of misconceptions too about break angle. When you're talking about a break angle here, a lot of people misunderstand it goes all the way down to the ball ends of the string. So you're coming up about 1/10 of an inch off the bridge plate. You have about 1/8 of an inch of top. Then you have about 300 thousandths of the bridge. And then here you got 180 thousandths. So you have coupled forces working. The strings are pulling up. They're trying to compress it that way, and the strings are being pushed down. So yes, break angle to a degree, but you can be down to about 5 degrees and you're still going to be fine. But that's going to tell you when you start seeing low saddle, low break angle, and fret issues, you're in next category. So I hope that helps you out. Now, how do you identify a high fret or you're going to hear rocking? This is a 6-inch joiner blade. You can find these reasonably economically on Amazon and eBay. They're actually pretty damn straight, and you can use these to level frets or to see where they're high frets. This fretboard is in really good shape. There's nothing happening here. Now sometimes, you hear that? That's normal. When you get to the 14th or 12th or 14th fret, whatever your guitar is, there's usually a little fall off right here. That's normal, and that is actually there as the guitar can go with humidity changes. That's absolutely fine. I like to do about a 10,000ths drop off, but if you're trying to find a high fret, that's what you're going to hear up here. So don't worry about this down here unless you have some buzzing. That's just typical. So I hope that helps to demystify the fretboard playing and the fret playing. So from my shop to yours, keep the questions coming.